Hello to the TUC meeting on Tuesday, 14th of October. We have our usual agenda, no working group update today. So we will check the actions from last week, review the dashboard, and talk about any other business. Yeah, actions from last week. So it was actually called Foundry Day was last week. We canceled. Yeah. It was nice we to see some of you there. Yeah, so that means action items from the 2 weeks back. We had the RFC which we accepted about stack management APIs, and I generated the number and the issue. So it's done. There is no other action item. So we can jump to the dashboard. Still, the first one here is the automation about working group. We decided to not discuss okay. Inactive users to be deleted. We have already 3 weeks. Yeah, we can merge this one. It's about one user. Yeah. Otherwise, we have a lot of reports for the working groups. I saw that Stephan already created for Ari, and I also created for our foundational infrastructure working group. Yeah. Okay, I need only the approval from Greg. So people were confused here about not getting removed. So I just commented that this is a warning. It was nice to discuss the topic also. Ioannis, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but he was also in Cloud Foundry Day. We discussed this. He's fine with that to open a PR to be added. Yeah.
He pronounces it Ioannis, just so you know.
How? Yeah.
Ioannis.
Ioannis.
If
Okay.
you say it slow, it's Ioannis.
Okay, thank you. Good to
But
know.
don't say it slow, then he's going to think you're messing with him.
Okay. This one. We have one about archiving autoscaler repository. It's not stated why they need the repository, but it's probably autoscale. Yeah. Okay. So Stephan, you or Greg will unarchive then, or can also Silvestre unarchive?
1326.
Stephan has some issues with the headset. Looks like. Okay, we have all the applause. Thank you.
The app dash autoscaler, right?
Yeah, I swear I've used that repo more recently than December 1st of 23 when it says it got archived. Because we added that to CloudGov like a year ago, and I don't remember the big yellow banner at the top saying this was archived.
Maybe because you were consuming the Bosch release? Was it this one of the ones where it was like folded into the Bosch release or something?
Oh, bet you that's what it was, Cloud.
Yeah, there's a notice at the top that it looks like it was vendored into the or mono repoed into the Bosch release repo.
They decided otherwise now to not go back. Yes.
I think the purpose behind that is they're trying to turn it into a CF app as opposed to a Bosch-based deployment. So I'm guessing they
Okay.
want to take the Bosch stuff off of it.
I see. Yeah, right. They're switching from Bosch-based deployment to CF application. Yes, most probably. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. And we have the last one about storage CLI. So the idea, Stefan, is to have all the different CLIs in this repository consolidated. Okay, yeah. Stefan is nodding, then yeah, this is the idea. RFC is there was this open discussion on this one. How should we proceed here? Do we have any suggestions? We can. I think it was open for quite amount of time. So 1 month or yeah, seems out. Yeah, longer than 1 month. Should we start the final comment period here?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if the members of the TOC feel like you want to approve it, then we can start the final comment period. I know it's been a little bit since we've discussed it in detail, but I think a few weeks ago when we had last talked about it, it was still a little bit contentious. I don't know, maybe that was just Ruben's AI persona arguing against it.
Yeah. Our system didn't have any comments on this. All fine. Oh, approved already. Okay, then. So I don't see any disagreement to start here the final comment period. Then
That's already 2 approvals.
okay. I need a template for this one, or maybe ask the robot just to start. Okay, nice. Then we can see. Maybe we can ask internally additional people if you know someone who maybe can have feedback. And on this one, we started the final comment period 2 weeks ago. Okay, I don't see any additional discussions. And should be fine to accept.
Board is green.
Can we include it? Okay, thank you. Yes, action item. Now, nice automation task. Okay, on the RFC side, I think we have everything. The other two haven't been updated. On the status, I don't think there is. I still have to check the IPv6. I think almost done. And we have a new one for the RFC, which you accepted last week. On the issues side, okay, we have this provider page. Actually, we can close this one. Regarding the cost optimization issues, we have in our repository. Do we have any opinion how to proceed with those? I mean, we don't see in the dashboard the issues, but they are here. We implemented many of the things mentioned there. Okay, maybe I can think what we can do, and then
Yeah, I think it would be something maybe to summarize to the board or something, and then maybe it's for the board to figure out maybe next targets or something. I don't know, like more of a budget thing.
Right, because Chris is also doing all the like pre-purchasing of
yeah.
machines. So I don't know if like the combination of that plus the efforts that the working groups have done will be deemed sufficient.
Yeah, I think let's get the initial CUDs purchased and then probably a second round of CUDs purchased later in a couple months. And then I mean, we will be discussing with the governing board budget for next year soon. In a couple weeks, we have a board meeting. But hopefully once we get those initial CUDs purchased, we'll have a better sense of, how big of a budget item this will be.
Yeah. Yeah, regarding cuts, we have this on the any other business. So there is the document which we discussed last time to create. So I put some initial context, and I see that there are also some screenshots from GCP. I don't know.
Yeah, David Stevenson added those. So I mean, yeah, before Cloud Foundry Day, we had a meeting. I think I should probably set up another call with Beyhan and David and whoever else really has knowledge of these or has bought these before. Even the flexible CUDs are like, they're not all just, it's not just totally spend based. It is based on what services you're using and things like that, what resources you're using. So even the flexible ones, you need to be a little bit strategic about. And then the less flexible ones are very specific, like for, this type of instance in this region. So that'll take maybe some more moving of resources, or as of right now, most of the resources seem to be in US Central and some in US East, and both of those are as cheap as the regions get. So yeah. So we need a little bit more input from folks in the community, and it seems like David has a pretty good grasp on these things. Beyhan, you understand the assignment. So I think maybe the three of us or anyone else that wants to join, we could set up a call for next week and try and get something initially purchased. But if folks have thoughts on these, what the best way to break this down, that would be great. I'll also run it by Shah with LFIT, but they don't really like give me an analysis of this. But when we have a strategy, I'll run it past them and make sure they think it's a good way to go.
Yeah. I propose here a suggestion regarding the resource-based cuts. So the proposal is US East 1, where ARI working group moved, and maybe we can agree with the concourse working group so that they deploy there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in US Central already, which is the same price as US East 1. And so I don't know if that's if moving those resources is onerous. I don't know if it makes sense to migrate those. But it would be nice to all be in one region just for the CUD purchasing. But I think we could purchase some in US Central, some in US East, and that would be fine too.
Yeah. So concourse working group, they said they are flexible. They can deploy concourse in the region we decide. And ARP, Application Runtime Platform Working Group, wanted to be the first one onboarding to that central concourse. That's why, yeah, I think if we have agreement on the region, yeah, we'll be. I don't. Yeah, we have to maybe also check central, which working group is using US Central, whether it's long term. So in the next 1 year they will be there. Okay, but yeah, sounds good to have a meeting and discuss the.
But I mean, like, it makes sense, right? That we decide on a single region, right? And then, like, if it's for multiple years, right, it makes sense for people to move there. Like, that should be something you can justify doing that work.
Sure.
And also, like, by being, ideally, there's no cross working group dependency, but maybe there are, so just like for networking purposes, right? Not having to cross region boundaries is good, right? So
Yeah.
like it makes it simpler.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if you have any comments, any suggestions, please put into the document here. It's in the meeting notes.
Where's Porsche.io hosted? I mean, I know it's hosted on Any9 by Any9s, but I don't know if that happens to be on Amazon as well or GCP.
Porsche.io is not so important where it's hosted, but the buckets, because the downloads happen
Yeah,
from the buckets.
it happens. Does it happen through a redirect, or is that also the was something in front of it, right? But that, yeah, it's something worth checking.
CloudFront or just I think there is some
Didn't we do Cloudflare?
Cloudflare.
That was what we did recently.
We've been discussing about the Cloudflare account, I think, at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that, like, if you're deploying automated things, then you will be fetching a lot of releases and stem cells all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
So it would be good to see if we can get that in the same region. But that's something for later.
In our account, I see many about download costs, but I cannot, I think, understand. I have to check whether they are from the stem cell downloads or. But we have $600 to $700 per month download cost, worldwide downloads. It looks like it's stem cell related.
Yeah. Might be something to look into, right? Like, it's not something we can easily change because it's hosted on Any9s. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But maybe we can focus first on compute on VMs, how to optimize the cost there, because they're the 90% of our costs are for compute instances. Then we can check about network costs.
We'll ask where Any9s is hosted.
Another topic which was brought up today in the BuildBack Slack channel, so at the moment, people are working on bringing back the automations for the BuildBacks. And there is still automation for Linux FS3, which you have to compile dependencies for the build packs, and many things do not work anymore with FS3. I think it's fair to say in the community that we do not support FS3 anymore.
And the upstream Ubuntu version is long out of support at this point, right?
Yes, it's
so unless we want to take over management of Ubuntu, then
yes.
I think our hands are kind of tied.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that feels we are, a subsidiary of the Linux Foundation, so we can just start taking on Linux distros.
Yes, how much work it can be.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to cut any more CentOS stem cells anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just Ramon was wondering what to do with CF Linux FS3 automations and just building workarounds. Yeah. Okay. The next one is about, I don't know whether you get GCP notifications, but I get some GCP notification about changes which happen on GCP, like deprecated resources or cost changes or any other updates which impact our projects. I don't know how to deal with those. If you get the notifications, most probably it's fine when the working group leads get the notifications and then can decide for the working group what to do. Because I'm opening issues for our working group. When I see it's for our working group something, then I'm just opening issues so that we get address, fixed if a change is required. But I don't know who is getting the notifications.
I do get notifications, but I don't know because I have more than just the community GCP accounts. They might come from everywhere, and I usually look at them and ignore them.
I also get notifications and I look at them and ignore them.
Beautiful system.
Maybe we should stop doing that and forward them on to folks.
So at least at the bottom you can see which projects are impacted, and if you maybe at the bottom they also always put information which projects are impacted by this notification, and this is something maybe you can check in if it's for your working group account, then just otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay more attention to them.
Okay, then if you are getting the notification, fine. Then I will just check for our working for the foundation infrastructure working group, or if something is more so like I don't know, man, a bigger change, then we can open something in the community repository if it's for the working groups. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to discuss? No.
Photos from CFD Europe are now available. I'm just trying to paste the link into the talk. Very unsuccessfully.
So the recordings are live, you say, or what?
Just the photographs.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it looks like the videos aren't up yet, but that should be pretty soon.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it was a nice event. Really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was great. It was lovely to see everybody.
Photos was also. Yeah. Okay, then we are done for today. Thank you for your time. Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.
Take
Yeah,
care,
everybody.
folks.
Bye bye.